She's next over. For the rest of you, we're going to be starting here just shortly from now. So we appreciate all of you coming out. We know that it's an overcast outside, which Brian Busby did not explain last night, and midterms throughout the rest of this week. And what else? Excuse me. I'm just giving you a hard time. And he's sitting at a table by himself. Can he?
He wasn't.
Amir, can you sit at the table behind you? I'm sorry. Wait a second. She took our food and went next door to Susan.
Come on now, we share. We're here for everyone.
Not that I have a problem with that or anything like that.
You're good to go, Corey.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, welcome everyone to our annual Student Senate Town Hall meeting. Today is March 9th, 2011. We are so happy to have all the clubs and organizations and also the members of the student body here with us as we host our first meeting of this semester. We were supposed to have one in February, but you know, we had a snow apocalypse or whatever they're calling it these days descend upon us, and so this is our first time meeting. So welcome, and I appreciate you all being here, and I would really appreciate if you all give yourself a round of applause for being here, because it means a lot to have us all here together collectively as one mind. So. I'm Corey Paris, the Student Senate President, and then next to me I have John Kohler, who is the Student Senate Vice President, and then we have the Student Senate Parliamentarian over here, Amir Bazadeh, and then our Treasurer, who's moved around this room quite a few many times. We have our Treasurer sitting in the back, and then we have our Secretary over here. I can't see, where's Jeremy? Oh, okay, so the Amir, and then we have Jeremy, and so that makes us up, and then also our advisor, Mindy Kinnaman, is with us today. So Mindy's with Amir, and she's asked that she doesn't be on camera because she's not on camera.
Too late.
But Andrew always knows how to get her in there. To kick this off, I would like to kind of start with the clubs and organizations and committees here on campus, and starting off in what you're doing so far this semester, and how's everything going with the semester with you. So just kind of give us an update on what's going on with you. The mic is at this table, so we'll start at this table and work our way back and kind of start from there. So,
okay. My name is Matt Bradley. I am with CEO and my faculty advisors over there. She should join me over here. A couple of things. Yesterday we had Mark Donovan from the Chiefs that came in. Very, very great event that we had there. Not as much showed up as we thought would, but we had a good amount that showed up. We had Denise Mills 3 weeks ago. That was very informational. It was about networking and how to network and stuff like that. Coming up, we have Matt Chateau from Chateau Milk. It's on April...
The first Monday in April.
It's the first Monday in April. There we go. Monday evening. So if you guys like to join us, I will have more information on that. John, did you go over the PowerPoint thing right now or no?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Still need to talk to Mindy about this because it came up this Monday. But everyone in Inner Club, I guess Matt kind of brought this up to kind of get people to get together and kind of get organized outside of school. And Matt used to work at Power Play, so he got this deal where it's for schools and like church groups and whatnot, and for $20 you can get cosmic bowling, laser tag, buffet, and
It's basically 4 attractions, which is go-karts, bowling, laser tag, or you can do all 4 on go-karts or all 4 on laser tag, whichever you guys prefer. You have 40 points to do arcade games with, all the ticket games. They threw us a deal. It's usually a 60 to up, depending on the type of group. But it's $20 a person. All you can eat buffet. There's pizza bar. There's a Mexican bar. There's a salad bar. There's an Italian bar. there's like 4 or 5 rows of food. So just have at it if you guys end up coming out there. We haven't decided on a date yet, but we probably will do that next club meeting.
Yeah, but I mean, how many people would be interested in a good deal like that? And whirly ball's even included, which is one of the best sports ever. And Corey likes the bowl. So raise the hands of people who would like to do that. Yeah, they don't know all about it, or they raise their hand. We'll have to explain it some more later. But yeah, that's pretty much that.
Yeah, there we go. Hi, my name is Eric. I'm the president of International Club and also a senator. What we have this weekend, actually it's on Saturday, we'll be ushering at Kansas City Ballet. It's open to all clubs if you want to go Saturday, right? Yeah. And whatever money we get from that event, we split it up to amongst ourselves. So if you want to come to join us, then we'll split half. Or yeah. So if any group wants to raise money, this is easy as it comes. Yeah. All right.
What was the time on that?
3 to 4, yeah.
My name is Josh Kaufman. I'm the president of the Veterans Club. This is Kenneth Galt, our advisor. We got a lot of projects that we're doing upcoming, a lot of them for homeless veterans. One, our annual donut sale this year, we're going to be making a donation to the Francis Summer Memorial Foundation for homeless veterans. Francis Summer, Frank, was a student here, a member of the Veterans Club, who was recently killed. So we'll be donating 100% of the funds from this sale to the Francis Memorial Foundation for him. In addition, we're also doing a project with HUD Bash, the Department of Urban Development and the VA Hospital in Kansas City. Basically what we'll be doing is, it's unprecedented, we're still kind of in the works with it, but it's a project to rehabilitate homeless veterans by giving them housing, ensuring that they attend proper counseling services, things like that, mental health, all that good stuff. And what we'll be doing is donating furniture to these individuals, collecting, distributing household supplies, furniture, mattresses, tables, chairs, things like that. A lot of these guys don't have any furniture, they're sleeping on the floor, you know, they don't have anything. So we're trying to round that up and get everything in place to try and get some furniture for these guys, get some gear for their house, get them set up, get them moved in, move on. That's what we're going to be calling the project, Housewarming for a Hero. So that's those are our two big things dealing with the homeless veterans issue. The third one, this is our first year implementing the Salute National Veterans Honor Society as well. So we're still kind of feeling that out, get everything, you know, administered and set up with that. Obviously increasing and targeting membership, new members, advancing the club, getting us bigger, getting us more involved. St. Patrick's Day, that's another one that we're involved with Shawnee, the St. Patrick's Day parade that they're going to be doing up there. We'll be participating in that. I think we have somewhere about 10, 11 members or so that have committed or shown an interest in attending that. So hopefully we'll have good turnout for that. And that's about it.
That's great.
Who's next for this?
I think Dr. Angel's next. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. I'm just listening. Never mind. Then we'll go to the next table. I'm sorry about that.
I guess I just say that we have some folks with sustainability here. Since we have the student sustainability committee, we're interested in talking more to students and what you're interested in, and so that's why we're here.
If you could, I think a lot of us have probably been noticing the new blue trash compactors around the campus. Could you explain a little bit about that, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Thank you.
Those were purchased by the SSC last year, and those were designed mostly to get a quick demonstration of solar technology on the campus. There is some limited labor savings which comes with them. Basically, it was designed to get people talking about solar technology on campus pretty quickly, and also to get some publicity out about the SSC. And it's, given your questions, I'm guessing that it seemed to have started that conversation.
Absolutely. I stood in front of
One the other day to see how it worked because I was so excited about it. I think I just kept pulling things out of my backpack to throw away. So I really think that it's a huge step for our campus. I wanted to thank the SSC for it.
Yeah, and remember, those are students who approved those funds. And the trash compactors, I think, are a really interesting way of jump-starting conversations about our solar technology program, which will start here next year. Yeah.
Who did you guys purchase those through?
Yeah, the distributor was actually in Topeka, but the name of the company is Big Belly.
Big Belly?
Yeah, you should go online and do a search for Big Belly Solar. Chicago and Philadelphia have all ordered hundreds of these things. And if you bought like 60 of those for campus, by the way, we're not going to do because that's just a little too much cost. You would actually be able to save substantially on labor in terms of emptying those trash cans all the time. The point behind those are the solar panels power a battery, which then powers a compactor, so you only have to empty those trash cans about 20% of the time, as opposed to, or 20% as often, I should say. So that's where the labor savings come from. But basically, the short answer is the SSC bought it because it's cool, it's solar, and gets the message out.
Thank you so much.
Well, and again, thank you all from the Student Senate for sending us delegates, and we'd like to have more student participation. Oh, by the way, Kim, raise your hand. Some of you met Kim already. Kim is the Student Sustainability Affairs Coordinator, and so I think she's talked to a couple of you before, and she wants to be very involved in what you're all concerned about.
This table right here.
I was gonna say we can start with CJ,
Okay,
just so they
move it back.
have a moment to acclimate.
Sounds great.
Alright guys, I'm still out of breath. Sorry, I ran here. I'm CJ Edwards. I'm Vice President of Queers and Allies this semester. We've actually got a ton of stuff going on, as usual, I guess. First things first, we have a huge membership this semester, which I'm really excited about. We have like 30 plus members at every meeting, which is just amazing. April is going to be a freakishly busy month for us, and we need as much help as we can get from other groups, and of course, in turn, we'll help you guys as much as we can. It starts with April 14th. We have the Day of Silence, which I think that's right. I hope it is. We have the Day of Silence, and does everybody here raise your hands if you know what that is? All right, so a few people don't. I'll go ahead and explain it briefly. The Day of Silence basically is a day where LGBT and allied peoples become silent for the day while they're at school to represent those people that have been oppressed or silenced for different reasons. So that can be anything from they're too fearful to talk about their sexuality or gender identity, they've been beaten, they've been killed, and it's really I think it's an international movement at this point, but I know it's national. So we're going to participate in that, and then the day after that, we're actually going to have this really cool thing that I haven't talked to the group about yet, but I know they'll approve it. Our meeting's today. We're going to have a day where we rent out one of the auditoriums on campus, and we invite everybody to come and tell their coming out story. We've decided we're probably going to give the people a mask to put over their faces, and they've got about 5 minutes to talk about how they figured it out, when they came out, how that happened, how people reacted, so friends and family and all that stuff reacted to it, and how it's affected their lives. Because a big question among the uninformed community is, why are we so proud? And why do we make strides to come out as homosexual? And it's because of what we've been through. It's because of the struggles and how hard it was to get to a point where we're comfortable enough to tell complete strangers. And then that whole week, we've actually got a Pride Week going on. Well, from the Wednesday the 14th to the following Wednesday, the 20th, we're going to have a Pride Week. Yeah, the biggest thing that we're doing in that 7-day spectrum is April 20th is our drag show on campus, and it's a huge event. We normally have like 100 plus people in the audience, and To the rest of the clubs here, I'd just like to say, if you help us out getting set up for the drag show, because we're really going to need the help, we'll give you guys a table at our show to promote your group. You can have your pamphlets and flyers and all that stuff. And we've got a lot of people always walking around during the drag show, so if you have information, they'll come to your table and get it. Then every Tuesday night, and this is just every Tuesday night, not just in April, some of our group members, myself included, perform drag at JR's Place in Olathe. We're using that kind of as a social outlet for our group to hang out, and we'd love to see more of our allies there as well. It's 11 to 1 a.m. on Tuesday, so I get it, it's late, you don't have to come. And also, another thing that we're doing this semester is just trying to get gang members promote awareness and stop discrimination on campus, and that's always been our goal. And I'd just like to say to everybody in the room that allies are actually the most important part of our group and our campus climate. Without our straight allies, we can't be open and out, we can't feel comfortable being who we are on campus. So, you know, come support us if you will.
If the group is going to help set up, as you're saying, help set up a table, who do they get in touch with?
You can actually meet me after the meeting, and I will gather contact information for you.
Thank you.
And also, since we're on film, do we want to have like an email or somebody they can contact?
Yeah, I mean,
For those who are watching but not here?
yeah, that's fine. Should I just spell my email address?
Sure.
Okay, yay. My email address is cedwr35@jccc.edu. No stu-mail in there. And my name is CJ Edwards, if you guys wanted to contact me that way.
Sounds great. Thanks, CJ.
I can talk next.
I'm going to talk on behalf of Daniel Furman from Invisible Children on Multicultural Night. I guess I'll stand up.
Thank you.
I don't like talking in front of people, so this is fun. On Friday, April 1st, we have our third annual Multicultural Night. This is an event where people can come out and showcase different aspects of their culture, and then those of us who do not perform can come out and show our support and see these different cultural activities. We are actually still looking for performers. Right now, we've got a good number, but we'd like to have more. And then we're also looking for people to participate in a fashion show, so showing off the different fashions of your cultures. If you are interested in doing that, you can contact myself, you can contact Susie Simpson, who's the advisor of Invisible Children, or Daniel Furman, who is the president of Invisible Children. But for those of you who are wanting to come out, tickets are going to be $10 for students. They will be, I believe, $20 for everyone else. At 6 o'clock, there will be an international dinner, like food sampling of different food sources, or different foods from different countries. And then there will also be a silent auction at that time. And then at 7 o'clock, the event itself will kick off in GEB 233. Any questions? Yes?
I know the answer, but where does the money go?
Say it again.
I know this answer, but where does the money go?
All of the money is going to go to Invisible Children's Legacy Scholarship Fund. For those of you who are familiar with Invisible Children, they have the Schools for Schools program, which they use to help build a school in Gulu, Uganda, to help children there who have never gone to school go to school. The scholarship actually provides the funds that they need to pay for school supplies and any other expenses that are incurred for them to actually attend this school. Any other questions? Anyone else like to talk next?
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Finney, and this is Stacy Wilkins. We are co-presidents of the Student Kansas Association of Interpreters here, and we're very excited about the semester. So far, we've been able to plan monthly silent dinners out in the community. We've been very fortunate to find restaurants who will work with us, donating 10% of all proceeds during our dinner to local organizations like the Deaf Cultural Center, Kansas School for the Deaf. We're trying to do more outreach and work more with the deaf community that we have here in Johnson County and surrounding area. We're looking forward to planning a spring fling, kind of Cinco de Mayo theme. We're hoping to work college more, get speakers in, and get students who are not involved in the interpreter program, whether they're ASL students or just others who are interested in learning about deaf culture, to be informed. We're hoping to set up an ASL game night here on campus. If you want more information, you can contact us at skai.jccc@gmail.com. And we also have a Facebook page. If you befriend us, then all of our activities are, all of the events are posted on Facebook if anybody wants further information. Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you guys are saying that you open up meetings for people who are not necessarily in the interpreter program or taking American Sign Language courses, do you guys also like kind of help teach? Like I'm personally interested in learning sign language, but I guess I would like to get in there to learn a little bit more about the culture. Is that kind of what you guys do? Show like maybe a few basic kind of communication signs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really a lot of fun. We have a lot of the stuff that we do out in the community is we have people of all ages. Children are there, senior citizens are there, novice signers to fluent deaf individuals. So it's really been fun to see how many people we've been able to get involved in our, especially our events out in the community. So absolutely anybody who's welcome is welcome, whether you're interested in becoming an interpreter in the program or just want to kind of dip your foot in a little bit, like, okay, this is new. And yeah, of course, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
With that said, the Vice President is going to actually go over things for Interclub Council, and then after which I will go over things for Student Senate. So, Mr. Vice President.
I'm gonna walk around a little bit. So, Interclub Council is putting together the Daffodil Days. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's been I don't know how many years in a row we've done it. But pretty much what it is all the money earned from this selling of daffodils will go to the American Cancer Society, and we're selling singles for single daffodils for $1.50, doubles for $3, or is it $3.50, Mindy? $3 for doubles, and then $5 for triples. And they're real pretty, and the bases get a little nicer as you go up. But this goes on. We'll have a table set up in column 1.5 tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So those tables are down there, and you guys are welcome to come pre-order daffodils. We did have an issue with the scheduling of getting daffodils, so we were going to have them out this Friday, but instead we will have them the Monday after spring break. So we'll have those ready for anyone who has already pre-ordered them, or people who would just kind of want to get the extras that we have. Another thing that Interclub Council will be putting on here in the near future is Moment to Own It, which is similar to Minute to Win It. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game show on TV, but we're just trying to get people to come together, and we have like little prizes for it and whatnot. And we'd have that open to any students, and probably have a recommended donation to enter, and then prizes for winners of the separate, I guess, minute-long contests that go on. Another thing, how many of you guys are work with Dollars for Scholars? I know CEO does and Veterans does. Well, if you guys aren't familiar with it, pretty much what it is a mix between a silent auction and a live auction, and it'll actually be held here on campus this year. Usually it's been held other places, but instead of having it somewhere where we have to pay for the actual building, rent, and everything, they're going to have it here, so there's more money being brought back. There we go. I can't talk. Back to the school and to the students. And all the money produced from all the auction goes back to the student clubs and organizations, and they're usually set up in like a scholarship for certain aspects of that club. I know Student Senate has one for an international student outside of Student Senate to receive the scholarship. So that's a pretty neat thing. That'll be April 15th around, I believe it's at 6 o'clock. It'll be held in here and then up in the glass cube. And see if I'm leaving out anything. I know I'll be needing student senators to go out with me between then and now to kind of, I guess, solicit businesses in a way, but at the same time they receive benefits from the donations that they give out. I mean, it's tax deductible. They get the privilege of kind of being part of the community and everything. So it's a real neat thing, and I'm hoping for some senators to help out with the Senate side of it. CJ?
I was just going to say, we have leads to businesses that do like to donate to college stuff if you want them later.
Okay, cool.
We also have a form letter.
Okay. Well, thank you.
For donations.
And there is kind of like a letter that the lady in charge of this up in the foundation, you know, what's her name?
Christy McDaniel.
Crystal?
Christy
McDaniel. And she's kind of coordinates the whole event. So if you guys have any other questions, she'd be the place to go. But any questions or comments about anything that I just talked about?
One thing I would say about Dollars for Scholars is the fact that it's going to be on campus this year allows the ticket prices to be less. So it's only $10 to attend, whereas I think it was 45 or 25. I don't know, it was much higher in the past. And for food purchase, I think you're going to be able to buy a ticket just a bit, or a ticket with food, or just to be able to buy food. It's going to be a lot of combinations, but it's going to be a much more affordable event. It's going to be on a Friday, the 15th of November, of April. April 15th, November. Yeah, April 15th. Yeah, tax day. So anyway, since it's going to be on campus, it would be a really awesome opportunity just to come out and see. I went for the first time last year, and it was a blast. And you just wouldn't believe the number of things that are out there and available for bid upon. I mean, and you can get some really good deals. And then there are some items that are really big and extravagant that they do in the live auction. So it's a lot of fun. And I would encourage you to come. Even if your group isn't participating, I want to just check it out.
And I got the privilege, I know Alicia did too, and maybe
I think you and I are the only ones here that went.
yes. But it was really neat, and just everything out there was just kind of amazing. Like, you can really get good deals if you go down to $10 to enter in. So.
And also, there are people there, like the Board of Trustees. Many times they're there. You know, some of the wheeler dealers in Johnson County. Dennis Moore was there last year. So you get to opportunity to meet those kind of folks too.
Great networking opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Which I learned from Denise Hill, right? So anything else? Cool. I'm going to give this back over to Brett.
Thanks, John. Really quick, Student Senate just has a few things that we're working on right now. First major thing I think that we can probably start to announce is that a lot of our times have come to an end. And some of us will be leaving and moving on, and then others of us will be seeking re-election, but for the most part, we are going to be seeing a brand new executive board here being elected in the coming weeks after spring break. And that committee, the election committee, is headed up by the vice president, who does a marvelous job with that, and also by the 6 other senators with him. So we will see some new people on the ballot. We will see some old people on the ballot. But I just want you all to get kind of a heads up that that time has come for us to kind of go into lame duck status and work our way out of here after a while. So that's our first announcement about election board, executive board elections. Yes, sir.
I would call it more of a passing of the torch than a
passing of the torch. Lame duck, passing of the torch. Richard Nixon, you don't have me to kick around anymore. There's so many things that we could say about us leaving, but yes, sir, Mr. Vice President. And then also after that, we all of our committees have been working very hard this semester to stay afloat and stay very busy. I know for on my end, the scholarship committee has set the guidelines and the rules, also deadlines for the out-of-state international scholarship, which is funded through the Student Senate, which we make that money through Dollars for Scholars. So the scholarship committee has decided to take and allocate 2 scholarships of $1,150. That may change depending upon the demand for how many applications we have, and that is left up to the discretion of the committee, but that is what we're looking at right now. Applications do go out starting. They're already out. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They went out on Monday. They are already out. They're up in COM 309, which is Center for Student Involvement, also downstairs in Pam Vassar's office, and then Student Info Desk out in the Student Center as soon as you come in. The deadline is a little bit far away, but you have some time, but I would strongly encourage that if you know anyone who would qualify for that scholarship, or even yourselves who would like to qualify and get that scholarship, I would strongly encourage you to go out and apply as soon as possible and get it done over spring break, and then have it turned in right afterwards. The decision will come later on in the month ahead, so I just want to give a heads up on that. For service and fundraising, we had a fundraiser earlier this year, and then also the service and fundraising committee's having a little bit of fun, trying to see how we can put together something new and different here on campus. We're looking at the first or second week in May, right before our final exams take place, to host our first annual Mr. Cavalier pageant. Now, I know some people may laugh about this, but I mean, it was a lot of fun when we did it back in high school. It was a lot of fun when we did it back in middle school. But I think it'd be great fun to have it here in college. And think about it, you're older now, all the categories that you have back then, you're probably a little bit more aware of how to handle those categories now. I think one of the categories that we spoke about in the committee was the best pickup line or the best joke or something like that. And I think, you know, I have dry jokes, so maybe I can learn some from some other candidates and then kind of steal from there and become a big pageant controversy or something like that. But we are looking forward to put that on. Yeah, we are looking forward to put that on, and we're just really looking right now for a set place. And I'm working with the Performing Arts Division right now to find a place to have that. We're looking at Polsky. So first, second week in May, we'll also be bringing you more information on that. And I think that's about it for myself. If there are any other executive board members who have anything to announce, treasurer, secretary, parliamentarian stepped out for a moment, so.
I don't really have anything significant to announce right now, so, yeah. I guess I'll just be something.
Thanks. Thanks, Sharon.
So the budget committee, we're pretty much coming to a close by this time of the year. It's just the final stretch. And the spring semester in review, we funded the Invisible Children and Hospitality Management. One of them is for a multicultural night, and the other one is for a trip that they're going to go to on Chicago for hospitality management. We have graphic design coming up, International Club, and then Pi Theta Kappa. So we're trying our best, you know, to fund all of them and have them all have their events, because we know it's a really important thing on this campus to have groups and organizations do these activities so they can bring back this education back on campus and share it with us. In the fall semester, there were 5 events that were held that we funded, and in the spring semester, we already funded 7 of them, and if we get these next 3, it'll be 10. So we're really fortunate to have been able to do that. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thanks, Amir. I really appreciate that. And kudos to the treasurer on keeping that much money. Around this time last year, we were broke, so that says a lot about his leadership and his oversight of the budget. One quick thing is that I wanted to kind of get a consensus, I think, from the clubs or organizations present today, and also from those members of the community and of the campus as a whole. Recently, a lot of our senators have expressed that they really feel like our Senate this semester has not been as productive as before. And I would like to kind of have this time to hear from other people here representing other factors in on the campus about how you would see Student Senate and how we can better improve in your eyesight to continue to reach out to other members of our community and the student body as a whole. So I'll now open that up for the rest of you right about now. please don't rush to the microphone at all.
I have a suggestion. I don't know if you guys have done this or not.
Okay. I'm the legislative chair for our area PTA, and we recently have been putting together candidate forums. We're also having our legislators come to our meetings, and it's been really enlightening to know who these people are, to have an opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with them. So, what if Student Senate were to do something like that in COM during the lunch hour at the tables where the recruiters are? So, meet your Senator's Day. Or you're smiling, so maybe you're already planning something like that. It just would make a difference because people see your pictures up there, but they don't necessarily always know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that would give them an opportunity as a general populace to have input with you guys.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that. That is actually something that the executive board has been discussing lately, is to have a Senate table. You must have been reading Mindy's mind, as a matter of fact, because that's where I got that smile from. The other thing is that we are in an election year for our county and for our city, and also for our school right about now. As you know, in the previous election, midterm year in 2010, we hosted former Governor Jeb Bush with our current governor, Sam Brownback, actually in this very room. And then also later on, a couple weeks later, we had hosted State Senator Tom Holland and his running mate, State Senator Kelly Catola, as a candidates forum for many people of the student body to come out and meet and greet them and ask some questions about their policies and what their role would be in government should they be elected. We are thinking about and looking at how to do that with Board of Trustee candidates. What I found myself is that the Board of Trustee candidates are a little bit more difficult to get a hold of more major state candidates, but they are having debates here starting on Friday and continuing on Monday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. I believe it's Thursday and Friday, and
I believe that's right.
Be a part of that and helping moderate that debate as well. So that's also going to be broadcasted to the rest of the student body. But I do agree that we can further put ourselves out there. One thing I would like to say, and that I would like to see, is that should we have more than a couple candidates in our executive board elections, or maybe even if we had one candidate running for one of the offices, I think that we should have a debate and make one of our town hall meetings in the form of a debate for the executive board elections coming up here. I think that just brings more awareness to the rest of the campus. I think it's a first for our campus if we should have those debates, because they haven't had debates before. And also, it would require the candidates to be on their feet and really think about what their plans are going to be for next year. Because let me tell you, once you get to these shoes that all of us are wearing right now, even our senators, they're very difficult to keep up with, and it's not an easy job. So I really would like to have the members of the community and the campus, as you have grilled all of us and have been on our side and kept us to the wall, nailed to the wall on many things. I would like for you to do the very exact same thing to them, to hold them accountable. So that's not payback, by the way, CJ, so I hear you laughing. So thank you, I appreciate that. Anyone else?
I just wanted to say that I think that's a really good idea, just because I know that, not last semester luckily, but in semesters before that, I'd have student senators and other people walk up and be like, hey, sign this, I'm going to be a senator. And I'd be like, all right, what do you want to do? And they'd stare at me for a couple of seconds, no idea what they wanted to do. Yeah. So I think that actually having them voice their goals would be a good idea.
It's a funny story
about that, because that even happens in our national elections. It's a funny story that goes back to where Florence Harding, the former First Lady and wife of President Warren G. Harding, had said on the night of his election, well, Warren, I got you elected, now what are you going to do with it? And if you kind of know where it happened with the Harding administration, he gambled off some White House china and, got into some scandals and whatnot and died in office, but at least he did something with it. I mean, he made some money off of it. He wasn't a very good blackjack player, but I mean, hey, he had some fun while he was there. So I think that's a good point to bring up as well, CJ. I just want to continue. If there's nothing else, okay. I just want to thank all of you once again for coming. it means a lot to all of us for you to continue your participation with our student senate and with our student body throughout the course of this year. And we can't wait to continue to have you with us over the course of next year and the course of the rest of this year. So thank you once again for coming. If there's anything that we can do for you, please feel free to get in contact with us. Our doors are always open. And once again, we really do appreciate you. So thank you once again for coming, and we'll see you all next month. Take care, everyone.